Welcome to Ascent School of Science e-learning platform. I am educator Santosh Kumar. So today we are going to discuss 11th mathematics new topic theory of equations. So what is mean by theory of equation? Basically equations means we study only quadratic equations and higher degree equations also, because linear equations you have studied in lower level. So here we discuss deeply about quadratic equation as well as so higher degree equation. Mostly we will focus on quadratic equations only. Okay, so let us start. So first lecture we will discuss only basics, so which are related to 10th standard and which will be useful in 11th standard as well. So let us start. So standard form of a quadratic equation. What is standard form? So I think most of the students know about standard form of quadratic equation, that is ax square plus bx plus c. Here in 10th standard you have studied about this equation. Here you mentioned a comma b comma c are the coefficients which are real numbers. But after coming into 11th standard, we not only restrict for the real numbers, so we use this equation for higher numbers also, higher level numbers, that is so little bit higher than the real numbers is complex numbers, that is superset of real numbers set complex numbers. So just remember the word complex number, that is superset of real number set. So we will discuss deeply in complex number chapter. So what is the complex number, I will explain. So here a, B, C are three real or complex numbers. Up to 10th standard you used only real numbers, but in 11th standard we use complex numbers also. So this equation is called quadratic equation. Here the condition is a should not be equal to 0. A is called leading coefficient. Leading coefficient should not be 0. This is called quadratic equation. Some examples we have given here, like 2x square plus 3x plus 4 is equal to 0. In 10th standard you studied. Here I am taking 6i. What is mean by I? I will give you the details of I. So I is called iota. That value is under root of minus 1. Square root of minus 1, that is called iota. So we will discuss deeply in lower level, higher classes. So in complex number separate chapter is there. So based on iota. Okay. Now just here you remember I means imaginary number. I value is square root of minus 1. I square value is minus 1. Just you remember that thing. Here we can use rational numbers and irrational numbers also, and here complex number also I am using. Whenever you will get I, that is treated as complex number or imaginary numbers. What is mean by roots of equation? So in 10th standard you studied zeros of the equation or roots of the equation. So what is mean by root? In any equation, if you substitute in place of x any real number, if that equation is satisfied, that value is called roots of the equation. See, the value which satisfies the quadratic equation is called a root. So like alpha, I am taking a real number, so here I am writing a alpha square b alpha plus c. So in this quadratic equation, in place of x we are writing alpha square alpha. So you will get equal to 0. Okay, left side a real number and right side is equal to 0, means both are satisfied. Then alpha is called real root. If it is not satisfied, it is not called a root. Okay, right. Here some example I am taking here. So x square minus 3x plus 2. In place of x if I write 1, so it will be satisfied. So 1 is the root because it is satisfy the equation. And in 10th standard I think you studied remainder theorem and factor theorem. Remainder theorem and factor theorem. So if sum of all coefficients is 0, sum of all coefficients is 0, then 1 is the root. Here the coefficients are 1, minus 3 and 2. Sum of these all coefficients become 0, so 1 will be the root or x minus 1 will be the factor. Now it is a quadratic equation. Its roots are given by, in 10th standard you studied quadratic formula, that is minus b plus or minus under root b square minus 4ac upon 2a here plus taken once and minus also taken once. So you will get total 2 real roots or non-real roots also you might get. Okay, so here inside the root, that is b square minus 4ac, this is called a discriminant of the quadratic equation. It is represented by capital D or sometimes it represented by delta. Now so how to find the roots of the equation? So in 10th standard you studied general method is method of factorization method, like splitting middle term according to the a and c, product of a and c. Based on product of a and c, you split the middle term, make it into linear factors, and you will get two roots. That is called method of factorization. 10th standard you studied. And one more method also you studied in 10th standard, method of completing square. So how we will know completing square in 10th class? Shortcut method is given, but I will do here simply. So here ax square plus bx plus c is given. Take c that side and divide by a on both the sides. So what you will get? Ax square plus bx upon a is equal to minus c upon a. So why I am doing this? Making x square coefficient as 1. So I want to eliminate this one. So divide entire equation by a, or you can multiply by a also, you will get same. Now, and both the sides I am adding b by 2a whole square. So this term already you I think remembered. So b means middle term by 2 into first term whole square. This term was added on the both the sides. So b square upon 4a square, here also b square upon 4a square. So now this entire term become in the form of a square plus 2ab plus b square. That becomes a plus b whole square. So see here, and right side you take LCM. So you will get x plus b by 2a whole square is equal to b square minus 4ac upon 2a. Taking square root on both the sides. So here you will get x is equal to previously one thing. Here actually it becomes 4a square. Here I have not given, actually here it is typing mistake. This is 4a square. Okay. Now after taking square root on both the sides, so you will get x plus b by a is equal to plus or minus under root of b square minus 4ac upon 2a. So you will get x is equal to minus b plus or minus under root b square minus 4ac upon 2a. This formula you studied in 10th standard. So here we have given the proof. So here, and based on the sum of the roots and product of the roots, relation between coefficients and roots. So these all things you studied in the 10th standard. Just once revise these all things, because based on these roots you will get one question in JEE main examination. Okay, let us start examples. So here one quadratic equation is given. Here a value 3, b value minus 4, c value 20 upon 3. If you want, you can simplify, or directly I am finding the roots using quadratic formula. C. This is the quadratic formula. This is the quadratic formula. Here I am writing all the values. A value 3, b value minus 4, c value 20 by 3. This is minus b become plus 4, plus or minus under root b square means minus 4 whole square become 4 square, minus 4 into a value 3, c value 20 upon 3 whole upon 2a. Now if you simplify, you will get 4 plus or minus, here 16 minus 80 you will get, that is minus 64 by 6. Here you need to understand, up to 10th standard, inside the root if there is a negative number, so we have taken it as non-real roots. But non-real number is also a root. Every quadratic equation definitely should have two roots. So either it may be real or it may be non-real. So here we are talking about non-real roots. So what is mean by non-real roots? In square root, if there is a negative number, they are called imaginary or complex numbers. Imaginary numbers are complex numbers. If I bring 64 outside, it becomes 8, and you will get under root of minus 1. That is taken as I. Here I have given under root of minus 1 is taken as I. I means iota. Okay, this is a term iota. I means under root of minus 1. So this is called imaginary number. The numbers which involves I are called imaginary numbers or complex numbers. Okay, so here you will get the roots are 4 plus or minus 8i upon 6. Take 2 common and cancel on numerator and denominator. You will get 2 plus or minus 4i upon 3. Now here, so here x square minus 2x plus 3 by 2. See, if you want to take LCM, previous question we have not taken LCM. So here what I am doing, I am multiplying entire equation by 2. So what you will get, 2x square minus 4x plus 3 is equal to 0. Here also if you multiply with 2, there is no change on the right side. Now same formula I am applying, minus b, that is plus 4 under root plus or minus under root b square, that is 16 minus 4ac, that is 24 upon 4. So what you will get, 4 plus or minus under root minus 8 by 4. So this 8 can be written as 2 root 2 and root minus 1 can be written as I. So half 2 plus or minus I root 2. So 2 plus or minus root 2I, 2 cancelled. Now let us see one more question. 27x square minus 10x plus 1, same procedure we are applying. So here minus b, that is 10 plus or minus under root 10 square means 100 minus 4ac, 4 into 27 into 1, that is 108. Again you will get minus 8. So 10 plus or minus 8 can be written as root 8 can be written as 2 root 2 and minus 1 can be written as I by 54. You can simplify. So take 2 common and cancel. 5 plus or minus root 2I upon 27. Okay. Now, and one more question, x square minus 4x plus 7 is equal to 0. Same procedure, minus b plus or minus under root b square minus 4ac upon 2a. So what you will get, 4 plus or minus, here it becomes root 12. This 12 can be written as, root 12 can be written as 2 root 3. Means 4 if you bring outside it becomes 2 and inside the root 3 will be left and minus root 1 will be left, that is I. So it becomes 4 plus or minus 2 root 3 I. This I is outside, not in the root. Inside the root it becomes, it is outside of the root. So this is the answer. If you cancel with 2, 2 plus or minus root 3I. Now one more question. Here see, up to now we have taken only rational roots. Now I am taking irrational as well as complex roots. Okay. So here a value 1, b value is this entire number. Actually this is the complex number. Complex number is in the form of a plus ib. A is a real part, I into b is imaginary part. This part is imaginary part. So you will study deeply in complex number chapter. But here just remember I, wherever I is involved, they are called complex number. Standard form of complex number is in the form of a plus ib. A is a real number, b is a real number, I is iota. Okay, minus 6 root I. Now same, whatever the equation it may be, whatever the numbers it may be, we should apply the same formula. See, here x is equal to minus b, here already minus was there, so minus will get cancelled, minus b plus or minus under root b square means 3 root 2 minus 2I whole square minus 4ac, 4 into a value is 1, c value is minus 6 root 2I. Now I am multiplying with this 6 inside. Okay, same written, rest of the thing is same as it is, just minus minus become plus. Now here this entire expansion is get simplified by using this formula. A plus b can be written as under root of a minus b whole square plus 4ab. In previous lectures, in foundation like bridge course lectures have given the formulas. So from there you will get a plus b value under root of a minus b whole square plus 4ab. So according to that, see, this is a minus b whole square. In place of a we have 3 root 2. In place of b we have 2I. So a minus b whole square plus 4 into a 3 root 2 into b 2I. So it is the same formula. So this entire thing along with the root becomes 3 root 2 plus 2I. See here. So 3 root 2 minus 2I as it is plus or minus 3 root 2 plus 2I upon 2. So we will take plus ones and minus ones. So here I have taken plus first time and the second time I am taken minus. So if you simplify, so 3 root 2 minus 2I plus 3 root 2 plus 2I, 2I get cancelled. 3 root 2 plus 3 root 2, 6 root 2 upon 2 become 3 root 2. Again here 3 root 2 get cancelled, minus 2I minus 2I minus 4I upon 2 become plus 2I minus 2I. So these are the roots, 3 root 2 comma minus 2I. See, one thing we should observe, here 3 root 2 is the real number and minus 2I is the complex number. So up to 10th standard, any quadratic equation with real coefficients will either have 2 real roots or 2 non-real roots. But see, if you take a complex coefficients, the roots become, it may be both real, both non-real, one real, one non-real. Okay, so that depends on the coefficients here, coefficients. Okay, so we have taken complex coefficients. When you are taking complex coefficient, there is no compulsion for both roots are real and both roots are complex. Okay, now, so this is a small equation, easily you can find out. So minus b plus or minus, that formula same applying. So minus 7 plus or minus 23 upon 6. So 23 furtherly cannot be factorized because it is a prime number. keep as it is root 23i. Okay, so these are the roots. Again, this is also simple question. Here I involved I. Okay, so now same procedure, minus b, that is minus 9i plus or minus under root b square. 9i, 9 ka whole square means 81, I square means as it is I square, minus 4ac upon 2a. Now here, what is I value? We have taken I value as root minus 1. So if you take I square, it become minus 1. So I square value is always, you should remember, minus 1. So this becomes minus 81 minus 40. Okay. Now it total becomes minus 121. So minus 121 means 121 square root is 11. So 11 will come outside. So root minus 1, that is I you will get. So minus 9i plus or minus 11i by 4. So if you take plus 1s and minus 1s, you will get 2 roots, that is I by 2 and minus 5i. See, after getting the roots, if you take sum of the roots, see here, sum of the roots, how much you need to get? Minus b by a. So minus 9i by 2 you need to get. See here, addition of these two becomes minus 9i by 2. Product of the roots, I into I square, that is minus 1, minus of minus plus, that is 5 by 2. So here c by a, that is 5 by 2. So anyway, the formulas cannot be wrong. Either it may be real number or it may be complex number. The formulas are always true. Sum of the roots and product of the roots. Okay. Thank you, students. And please practice some more questions. Take your own numbers as coefficients 2, 3, 4 like that, and practice the questions based on quadratic equation. This is a basic lecture. So from tomorrow onwards, we will go in deep. So thank you, students. Thank you.